So free agency has started this week. I want to share with you just a summary of what we have done with the Washington football team up to this point. Hi everybody, my name is Greg and welcome to this channel. This channel is dedicated to the Washington football team, formerly known as the Washington Redskins. So if you're new here, you're going to want to subscribe. So let's just kind of summarize what we have done so far as picking up new free agents for the 2021 season. We have picked up quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick, we have picked up wide receiver Curtis Samuel, and we have picked up defensive back William Jackson III. As far as depth signings, we have signed Taylor Larson, who is an offensive lineman. We have signed David Mayo, who is a linebacker. Guys we have lost in free agency, of course, Ronald Darby, who is defensive back. We have also lost Kevin Pierre-Louis, who is linebacker. We have lost Robert Foster, wide receiver. And as of yet, we still have no word on Ryan Kerrigan, Ryan Anderson, Fabian Moreau, Reuben Foster, or Nick Sundberg, who has been our long snapper. We have tagged Brandon Sheriff. We have offered a tender to Cam Sims. We have re-signed Taylor Heineke. We've re-signed Kyle Allen. And we have re-signed kicker Dustin Hopkins. As far as any other free agency moves that we may be making, there have been some rumors that we are still interested in Trey Boston, who of course is a safety. But as of yet, at the time of making of this video, we still have not heard if Washington still plans on signing Trey Boston or not. He would definitely be a very good addition to our secondary, a much needed addition as far as I'm concerned. Now the Chicago Bears have cut Kyle Fuller, a very good defensive back, and certainly one I would be extremely interested in signing if we possibly could have a chance to sign him. Of course, he would be on the team with his brother, Kendall Fuller. We could have Kendall, who could possibly move into the slot position, and have his brother Kyle play on the outside. To me, if this happened, I think our secondary would be set, but I have no idea what's going to happen. Do I believe that we will take a look at Kyle Fuller? Yeah, I'm sure we probably will. But as of yet, we have not heard anything as far as any interest in Kyle Fuller. But I would not blame Washington for wanting to at least, take a look and see what the deal is. If there's a chance that we could sign him, he would definitely bolster that secondary, no doubt about it. Between him and his brother, and then you have William Jackson on the other side. And if we were able to sign Trey Boston, and certainly with the breakout year, well, I don't know if we call it a breakout year, but definitely a solid year that Cameron Curl had, I think we would have an awesome secondary. Now, once we have the secondary set, we already have the defensive line set. We probably have the best defensive line in football right now. We would need to definitely take a look at the linebacker situation, especially inside linebacker. Now, I've taken a look at the free agent linebackers. Right now, Levante David would probably be the top choice, although he is over 30, so that would definitely be one knock against Levante David. Matt Milano may also be someone you really want to consider taking a look at. He's very good in coverage. He's rangy, has the ability to cover side to side, and he can also have a decent pass rush as well. The biggest knock probably on him would be injuries. Now, maybe we're deciding to use our high round picks on a linebacker in the draft. I would certainly love the fact that we could actually find our next middle linebacker within the draft and continue the process of having a very young and talented defense. Now, certainly the front runner is going to be Micah Parsons out of Penn State. He's 6'3", he's 245 pounds. His projected 40 time is 4.7. And of course, he's projected to go into the first round. Then you got Zaven Collins out of Tulsa, who is, I believe he's 6'4". He's 265 pounds, a 40 time of 4.78. He's projected to either go into the first round, probably the later part of the first round, maybe the early to mid part of the second round. Now, personally for me, I would rather use a second rounder, maybe a third round pick for an inside linebacker, unless that it's a sure thing that one of these guys is going to drop to us. And of course, the guy being Micah Parsons, who I think is probably the best inside linebacker out of the draft. Personally, I think we're probably going to wind up using that first rounder on either a wide receiver, quarterback, possibly. Who knows, maybe we could be thinking about trading up or maybe an offensive tackle. Either way, I think, I don't know, I think personally I would rather look to the draft to kind of fill the inside linebacker needs. Maybe pick up a depth signing possibly in free agency, but we definitely need to shore up that linebacker group. That linebacker group was probably the weakest point of our defense this past season, and I know that Ron Rivera was not very excited or happy about it. So if we do look to the draft to draft an inside linebacker, and we're looking more into maybe the third round, we might look at someone like Jabril Cox out of LSU, or maybe Chaz Surratt out of North Carolina. However we decide to find an inside linebacker, whether it's through the draft or free agency, or maybe a little bit of both, one thing is for sure, we really need a strong inside linebacker. We need someone who's smart, someone who's quick, but someone who could also penetrate that offensive line, someone who can also drop back in coverage and be great with that as well. But overall, what do you think about our free agency moves? I think we have made some really solid moves. I know that everybody was really confused and maybe surprised that we decided to go the direction of Ryan Fitzpatrick for quarterback instead of waiting on Marcus Mariota to be cut from the Raiders. I, for one, certainly thought that Marcus was going to wind up being a lock for us, because as expected, the Raiders did in fact cut him this week. And maybe it was just the fact that Ron Rivera did not like something about Marcus Mariota. It may have been more along the lines of the contract situation rather than ability or skill. Because certainly if you look at Ryan Fitzpatrick's contract, I mean, he's got an excellent contract for us. $10 million for this year, maybe $2 million in incentives if he can reach those incentives. And it's a one-year contract. So basically, Ryan Fitzpatrick is a one-year rental, which still makes me believe that we're going to wind up moving somewhere in the draft to pick up a quarterback, whether if it's moving up, moving back. Possibly, maybe one of these quarterbacks fall into our lap in the first round, although I kind of seriously doubt it. So that's basically been the summary of what's happened in free agency, at least at the making of this video. Now, about the time that I actually upload this video, who knows, maybe we will have signed Trey Boston, maybe we have signed Kyle Fuller, or maybe we just haven't made any other moves. I really believe that we're going to make maybe one other small move in free agency before everything is said and done. But keep in mind, Ron Rivera is being very methodical as far as his moves. And, besides the Ryan Fitzpatrick move, I think he's done pretty much all the moves that we would have expected. Certainly, if you listen to all of the other Washington Redskins fans out there, we all love the fact that we picked up Curtis Samuel. And William Jackson definitely is a huge upgrade for us in the secondary. So that's all I got for today, folks. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know in the comment section what you think of free agency. As well, if you're enjoying this channel, please consider subscribing to this channel. I want to try to get these videos out to a larger audience, and I definitely want to provide all of you guys with quality content, so please consider subscribing. Well, that's it. That's all I got for today, folks. And one more thing. Hell to the Washington football team.